Hello viewers and welcome to another edition of the program Talk to the Camera with me, Isatu Smile Sesay. Today the camera day na social linkages for youth development and child link the office. As we can talk to the CEO for make it tell we more about what the organization they about and also how best they don't join on for fight against the squash and harmful drug in the country. Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and who that you be?
Mina Habib Tago Kamara, Mina the Executive Director for Social Linkages for Youth Development and Child Link, an organization where they work with drug users in Sierra Leone.
Okay, viewers go want to know much about this organization.
Social Linkages for Youth Development and Child Link, an organization where we form established in 2013. But in 2016, we begin the work with the National HIV Secretariat in terms of the national HIV response. And we are working with drug users and injecting drug users. And we did Freetown, we did Bo, we did McKinney, we did Cambia, and we did Kenema. And we get focal people there right across the 16 geographical district of Sierra Leone. And we advocate for drug users, and again, we provide services for them in terms of HIV, hepatitis B, C, and currently we don't develop another implementation. We provide home care for their brothers and sisters there. We get saw within the use kush. So far, so good. That is SLYDC. And SLYDC, again, now organization, we get international partners them. And just last year, President Bio called the public state of emergency on Kush. By them, the minds of Sierra Leoneans and be so waiting at the ingredient in Kush. So we do a study. This not a study. This we now in a dissemination we did on the study report. There, the ingredients with the inside Kush. Now two things come up. One, the cannabinol, and cannabinol is like marijuana, but it's a high-grade marijuana. And nitazine is a chemical with 23 to 25% potent than the phenol. We create problem in the world. So far, so good. SLYDC, we first tell this country, say, Pampas don't come and Kush don't come. And Kush is no longer coming again. Kush began coming to this country in 2015-16. And from Afghanistan, Pakistan, to UK, or to Europe, to Sierra Leone. But going further, it can be with brothers and sisters they're already on the Kush market, then decide for me, then go to make an aya. May I tell people they're waiting really na Kush. Kush, the name where and get that drug, Kush. Now two mountains where they in Afghanistan and Pakistan. They call them the Kush Mountain. Now they then plant that opioid. Now a opioid form, just like a jamba form. So now that name that name come Kush. But Kush don't really damage people in this country. And this study what we do, like the nitazine, nothing we done to addictive. And anybody we smoke or take them from where you left them, not easy. But it get a lot of health implications where it do. Now the health implications now currently we see we brothers them then they do. We in the SLYDC we they work back with another set of drug users which they call injecting drug users. We are giving out clean needles and syringes to those that inject drugs. Why are we doing that? We don't want to get an increase in HIV because people when they inject drug and share needles, then 99 times they at risk for get needles and syringes. And next week we introduce a medication we then call naloxone. Naloxone, like where somebody don't take drug, it don't becomes overdose. That naloxone, now we go implement per them. Now we go inject them. Let me show my people naloxone. Using the naloxone drugs next week now this country, because we get quite a few brothers that don't die on with these drugs. So and naloxone, we want to say thanks to the Global Fund for fund that for Bayern for Sierra Leone, and we are one of the implementers then for the Global Fund, for reaching out to key population, key affected population, key populations. These are populations that are at risk of having HIV. The key population one, now the FSW, the female sex workers. We get the MSM, men that make sex with other men. We get the people in incarceration, where they prisons. We get people who use drugs and people who inject drugs. These are the people we are reaching out to now this country, because if it is by law, we are not supposed to operate. But in 2016, Sierra Leone, we don't sign, Sierra Leone attend a conference in New York, we then call an UNGAS, United Nations Special Session on Drugs. We, and they be tell all countries for adopt harm reduction. So we are working on the harm reduction, from where we reduce the harm where we brothers them then they get from this drug. Again, we are advocating to review the 2008 drug law. The 2008 drug law came into being when the cocaine plane landed from Venezuela to Sierra Leone. The then government and the then parliament rushed under certificate of emergency for me then give the current national drug law who they operate in this country. But what me see during this COVID crisis, and at the call upon the government, the judiciary is using two acts, two of them and laws there. One is the 2001 Pharmacy Act, which has a minute and penalties, and but the 2008 drug law gets a stiffer and hard penalties. Like what will be the envisage before President Bill re-energized the current drug attention at the country, where they'll catch people them after 1 hour or after 2 days, or then go court, we see them in our communities. And majority of that matter, the judiciary will use the 2001 matter. And now President Bill, this in call, now 5 areas them he try for highlight. Prevention. Again, for re-strategize and spend money for this program. Again, seizing properties. To me, seizing property will reduce and this current kush crisis in this country. I was in Kenya in 2018 where I studied in Kenya, and Kenya began just a similar drug issue like Sierra Leone, and what did the Kenyan government do? Then give bylaws. All the municipalities, the councils, any household where they sell and drug by them in Kenya. The drug will be very phenomenon, just like how we call kush now. Then a heroin. Heroin we call an Sierra Leone brown. So the Kenyans then come up with a law. They begin seize property. Any household where then see, and President don't talk about that. And community engagement. Community, now inside community, these drug issue related issues there. The community really get forget stake, but the community themselves, then they fear. Because when they catch this person with this kush, where they go, you know, they come back. And these guys are so powerful. They have money, and they have boys them. So that has been the hesitance of the community. But I tell the community, say, we for still hold this fight because the thing inside community there, inside this community we picking and they inside the community we picking and they and they will relative on day. If it not be with you picking, it will be either your brother in Pekin or your sister in Pekin.
Okay, now where you don't give overview of the purpose of this one organization, you don't talk about the work that we don't they do, and now you be don't be one of the person where we don't start this fight against coach before now where we see a task force be set up. So what thing like we really prompt you and how does your fight where you be start for fight, how successfully things say this fight don't really mean?
And what give me the zeal for work for this for work along drug related issue. We miss out as a country. When the war finished in this country, inside with TRC reports, the TRC report says 85% of those who fought the war use drugs and substance. But what the war done at this country, we just concentrate on 4 areas: DDR, disarmament, demobilization, reintegration, and resettlement. We not do anything about rehabilitation. About the 85% we fought the war, we not do anything about rehabilitation. Now for that, currently we country the stagger per rehabilitation. If we take rehabilitation from the time the one they always fight, whether they disarm them, then we go through rehabilitation. And this we are the set of people, then we brothers and sisters we go fight. This we are the set of people. Before 2001, drug was not a problem in our communities in Sierra Leone. Our brothers who came from the bush after disarmament, disarmament, demobilization, and resettle them in community, and then care go drug that communities them. And then they sit down in public, then they smoke, or then begin selling. Where they want, where possible one with say the same community people, and then they say, you know, so now they be going, and then come on a bush. Now so drug take over. Win we communities. Now drug in all communities based on that narrative we miss. And me, the part of the country where I born, now the war be really with itself. I born at Daru. Daru get the very biggest military barracks in this country. After the war, they want the way me and then grew up. Majority be get mental health issue. With this drug, I saw that impact. So that really drive me for make a concentrate to drug-related issues. That has been my work, and that is my work. And again, I want to call upon Sierra Leoneans and that these drug-related issues will be all man's business. Because if it not be you, it will be your brother in Pekin. And currently, drug don't affect all family members. Family not in a Sierra Leone when they not get one possible they take drugs. And I want to call upon government for capacitate and fund the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. As we talk, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency is illy budgeted. Government not they put priorities for prioritize for budget for them, and that entity do not have more than 25 paid up staff then, and then get a lot of tax. The same parliamentary and the same parliamentary, how can I say, the same parliamentary and tax way na parliament na create them. Na parliament na create NRA, na parliament na create other commissions them. But the way how government they put priorities on those other commissions, that priority is not being put on NDLA. And NDLA, before the creation of NDLA, it is one of the recommendations based on the 85% of people who use drug. It is one of the recommendations the TRC report they make. So after the TRC report make, under Pakaba in 2002, they create an NDLA. From when they create NDLA, who say NDLAD, na the NDLAD.
Okay, so since you don't dey talk about this during this fight, wetin actually you don't do towards them youths there, so and how best you don't help them, the one them away na drug addicts them, how best you don't help them?
Currently, here where you do, we get a drop-in center. And we dey provide services for them drug users them. Then services there where they provide for them drug users them more on health concerns. Again, we na referral organization where they refer the current drug users them for many access the rehabilitation center. And yes, if we get, after at the pass to around, we get we get a psychosocial and place now, and we deal with psychosocial and mental health related issues with young people across the operational areas in Sierra Leone. And again, 85% of those that are working with me were once drug users. So I have transformed most people and from drug-related activities. I don't give them, I don't empower them, and some of them are working with me. Some of them are working in other institutions, and some of them are in university.
Okay. So what's another message you go add to all the children, so?
My message to this, it is you will not start drug yet, not go into drug. Because drug is something we done to addictive. If you go to drugs, you feature where you don't plan for becomes a feature somebody go be waiting say. Currently, starting December, we don't see say young people are coming more to drugs now. We don't get a concept where we reach out where we call catch them when they are young. We are now going to institutions like schools. For men, we able to preach to them, the younger ones them, for men and not go. So parents, in terms of drug-related issues, parents are the first focal people. More with the monitor will picking them. When they come on school, let us take time. We watch that and bags them, and the way how they're picking the way how they're picking, they communicate, the way how they're picking, they live. Because the parents, all this way don't happen, now from we homes them. So I call upon government. This task force, this we energizing, make we not stop. This season of properties where you see, Mr. President, we they support you because people are dying. Just few money, the future of this country, the future one in this country, deeper die in the hands of this kush. So I want to say thanks to every Sierra Leonean way they watch me and way they listen to me.
Okay. Thank you very much. As an adult listen to waiting the CEO for social linkages for youth development and child link, don't talk about the work with the organization they do, and also how best they don't join hand for fight against the squish and other harmful drug in the country. Mina Isatu Smile Sesay, until we meet again to another edition of the program Talk to the Camera. I say tata.